Why Strong People Stay Silent. A story you'll never forget. Have you ever wondered why the strongest people in the room are often the quietest? Why do they walk away from arguments instead of winning them?
Why do they
Why
smile
do
when
they
others
smile
insult
when
them?
others insult them?
Why do they remain
Why do
calm
they
while
remain
everyone else
calm
is
while
losing
everyone
control?
else is losing control?
Many people
Many people
mistake silence for weakness, but sometimes silence is the loudest proof of strength.
This is the
story of a man who lost almost everything, yet never wasted his energy trying to explain himself.
In a quiet town surrounded by green hills lived a young man named Ethan. His father repaired old bicycles and his mother sold homemade bread. Their life was simple but filled with love. Every evening, Ethan helped his father in their tiny workshop. While repairing old bicycles, his father often said, "A bicycle doesn't become strong because it never falls. It becomes strong because someone keeps repairing it." Ethan carried those words in his heart. As he grew older, he dreamed of building affordable electric bicycles so ordinary people could travel more easily. But when he shared his dream, people laughed. "Someone like you? You barely have enough money. Dreams don't feed families." Every word hurt, but Ethan never argued. He simply returned to work. Then tragedy struck. His father suffered a heart attack and passed away. The workshop became silent. Dust settled on the tools, and Ethan's mother lost her smile. One evening, while cleaning the workshop, Ethan discovered his father's old notebook hidden inside a drawer. It was filled with ideas, sketches, and dreams. One sentence was circled in blue ink: "Never waste your energy proving your worth. Build it instead." Ethan read those words again and again until they became part of him. The next morning, he sold his old motorcycle, bought second-hand tools, and began building bicycle parts in the same tiny workshop. The journey was far from easy. Machines broke, orders were canceled, customers complained. Many days he worked from sunrise until late at night and still lost money. His friends advised him to quit. Some relatives mocked him. "You'll never become an inventor. You'll fail just like everyone else." Ethan smiled, thanked them, and quietly returned to work. One afternoon, an elderly customer asked, "Why don't you answer them?" Ethan replied, "Because every minute I spend arguing is a minute I could spend becoming better." Months turned into years. His bicycles became stronger, safer, and more reliable. Customers from nearby villages began recommending his work. Soon the little workshop became too small. He hired workers, then more workers. Success finally arrived. But success also brought jealousy. A competitor spread false rumors. "He steals designs. His bicycles aren't safe." Many people believed the lies. Sales dropped, and his employees urged him to defend himself. Instead, Ethan calmly said, "Truth doesn't become stronger because it shouts. It becomes stronger because it survives." Rather than arguing, he improved his bicycles, strengthened customer service, and focused on quality. 6 months later, independent experts tested every bicycle. The results surprised everyone. Ethan's bicycles were officially rated the safest in the region. The rumors disappeared, not because Ethan argued, but because the truth proved itself. Years later, the tiny workshop had become a modern factory employing hundreds of people. During an interview, a reporter asked, "What is the biggest secret behind your success?" Ethan smiled and answered, "Silence is not empty, it is full of focus." The interview inspired thousands. One rainy evening, Ethan returned to his old neighborhood. A man who had once laughed at his dreams approached him with tears in his eyes. "I'm sorry," he whispered. I judged you." Ethan smiled warmly. "There is nothing to forgive." The old man asked, "You aren't angry?" Ethan replied, "Carrying anger is like carrying stones while climbing a mountain. I chose to leave them behind years ago." Months later, Ethan was invited to speak at a university. A student asked, "How do I deal with people who constantly criticize me?" Ethan picked up a glass of water. "If I hold this for 1 minute, it's easy. For 1 hour, my arm begins to hurt. For 1 day, I may not be able to hold it anymore. The glass never became heavier. I simply carried it for too long." He looked at the audience. Criticism is exactly the same. The strongest people know when to put the glass down. The entire auditorium stood and applauded, not because Ethan had become successful, but because everyone understood the weight they had been carrying.